Hey guys,
Hey everyone, this is Fahad Nasir.
and Joe Yanacha here.
We are launching LinkedB2B community, and you are now gonna watch the longest video ever recorded for a community. And if you know us from that live event where we roasted hundreds of profiles or wanted to roast hundreds of profiles, that's not the only reason we are starting this community. We had this idea from early 2023 when I started a group called CXO and ran 12 sessions with it as well, but then couldn't continue with it because I didn't find
Absolutely.
someone like Giorgio at that time. Yeah.
Also, actually, one of my goals for this year that I set in December was maybe by June to actually start a community. And then I couldn't make that happen, even though I was running LinkedIn Lives, I was organizing like groups up to, we basically touched nearly 100,000 followers. But then I still didn't know Fahad yet, and I couldn't make it happen by my own.
Yeah. And we connected, I think, in someone's random post, under someone's post, in some comments. We
Yeah, you
connected, we
must have
started
dropped some
chatting.
stupid comment or something like that,
Yes, of
as
course.
usual.
Yeah, as usual. And we realized that both of us are probably equally stupid or in the same category of stupid. So we hopped into the
100%.
DMs, then hopped on a call and realized that we have very similar goals, similar lifestyles, similar things that we want to do on LinkedIn.
We clicked also on Ricky Gervais, on like some dark
Yeah,
humor.
yeah,
But yeah, definitely like we connected on the fact that we also both hate the corporate lifestyle, the corporate idea that you need the stable 9 to 5 job to actually be happy in life. I just think that it's a rat race. Fahad, same.
yeah. And also, like, I think the rigidity of that lifestyle, the fact that you can't decide your work schedule, the fact that you can't decide where do you live. Giorgio likes to travel, so he has traveled 7 different countries and worked for those. I never want to
Absolutely.
leave my room, so I
Yeah,
don't leave
when
my
I
room.
was,
It's my choice. Yeah,
for me, like when I was stuck in a cubicle, there was like a trap for me. I just couldn't bear the idea that, there was a world out there that I could travel and see and visit and explore. And all I had to see was like the dark rooms in which I was working. Instead, now I live in Bali and it's a choice, right? I can surf in the morning. And Fahad, that's a choice. He wants to stay in his room. He doesn't want to commute and spend
yeah.
hours, waste hours, then he just stays there. That's freedom, right?
Exactly. And everyone should have that choice. And we think every smart person can actually access that through LinkedIn. And we realized this when we started doing LinkedIn ourselves. There are a lot of hard things on LinkedIn. You have to learn a lot of skills. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of consistency. And a lot of you then also told us during the live event. And after that, we started having two-on-one calls with some of you. So that's where we got deeper into these problems that we already knew about, but you also told us again and again. And that's also where Giorgio and I found each other's fit. The how
Yeah.
crazy the event was and how crazy the two-on-one was.
Not only like the event was probably like north of 750 subscribers and attendees. We have 2,200 plus single viewers, and we were trying to roast 300 profiles. Of course, we failed miserably. Also, we
Yeah.
got cut off after 4 hours because we didn't know, but the LinkedIn lives have a limit of 4 hours,
Yeah.
and after
Another
that, basically,
example
poof.
of another example of corporations realizing or not realizing that there's some insane, intense people out there who want the freedom to go for a live event for 6 hours, for 8 hours. It's our choice.
Yeah.
We should want to do however long we want to do it.
By the way, fun fact, I think I run until like midnight or 1 a.m. for that live. And right now it's
Yeah.
midnight 02 and it's the 10th of July. So it's actually my birthday in this
Happy
very moment. So,
birthday!
you. So this is actually the
And
intensity that we talk about and we're documenting live.
yeah, but I also want to separate ourselves from hustle bros. We do not think that you should hustle all day, all week, every month. We believe in freedom, we believe in flexibility, we believe in work-life balance, but we also have bursts and phases of intense work when we want something,
Yeah.
when we want to achieve something. So I just want to make that part very clear before you think that we are part of the hustle bro culture.
I think we're actually both of us, we're very lazy people. I was like, as a kid, I think my parents were always telling me, "You're so lazy." Like, I just envisioned myself sitting on a hammock somewhere in the Caribbean. That was like my
Yeah.
vision. And I think that also
Yeah.
this is one of the things that we want to show is like you have these bursts of energy and then you push more. And then so that you can get to a place in which you then can relax. Instead, if you're, for example, still in the corporate, you always work your 9 to 5, 40, 50
Yeah.
hours a week, always for
Yeah.
minimum salary. And you're always scratching the surface to then be able to get to pension and then be able to sit down. We want to
Yeah.
get there early.
And I want to say that both of us have ADHD, so our feelings about rigidity are way more intense. Maybe you don't feel as bad about having a corporate job, maybe you do, but if and when
Because
there
we
is a
know you do.
possibility available, yeah, yeah. We have spoken to enough of you. Like in the two-on-one calls, literally in the last 2 weeks, we have spoken to close to 100 people, where we
Yeah.
talked to them about what changes did they make, what kind of community would they want to be a part of. We did all of that, so we know. And then we also created a waitlist form, and we have more than 170 or more than 180 people on that right now. But the funny bit also is that we created it to be super long. So how many people do we have that didn't fill the form?
I think it's more than 200 basically
Yeah,
that started the
yeah,
form and then they sort of dropped out and they never sent it, they never submitted it because as you said
exactly.
this was one of the two tests that we were actually running because we
Yeah,
already had the community idea in the back of our minds and we were testing it, but also we were
yeah,
testing the people that we wanted as the founding members of the community because the founding members they set the culture right for what
100%.
is to come. We want it to be implementation heavy. We want it to be intense, but intense in a good way, right? In a way that
Yeah.
once you say that you're gonna do something, you're actually gonna do it. You're gonna stick to your words. And the second part was the 2-to-1 calls.
Yeah. So even though that long roast event where we're roasting your profiles and then having a very long form, it might make you think that we are mean people and we also always want to add friction in your life, but that's not it. We
We're
actually
actually
are very
softies.
purpose driven. Yeah, we're softies, we're nice people, and we have a purpose as well. We want to help thousands and actually millions of people. And that's one of the reasons we are building
Absolutely.
this community because the cost of working with us directly is not something people from Pakistan, India, and certain countries of
Yeah.
Africa can afford. We charge
And you ask for
$500 an
500,
hour.
yeah,
Yeah,
$500 an hour is not something that you can ask to thousands at the
exactly.
same time. It's not scalable, right? So
Yeah.
that's when the community came in.
Yeah, we don't want to beat you out based on the price. That's why we're doing this. But still, if you don't want to work hard, if you're not going to spend 5 minutes filling a form, then we don't want you in because we really can't help you. Theory won't help you. Our lectures won't help you. That's why we want to filter you out. So we're also doing this as a favor. If you could just
Absolutely.
understand and realize it. Yeah.
In fact, actually, that's the main problem that we had noticed, right? Because Fahad was running his CXO group back in 2024. I was running like my LinkedIn lives. And the problem really is a knowledge. Like now with GPT,
Yeah.
with Claude, whatever, all the AI tools, there's so much
Yeah.
knowledge. But the problem really becomes the implementation. And so that's
Yeah.
why we're building LinkedB2B to be a community that is implementation heavy, where everything that we have built is literally designed to make you implement what we teach you, not just giving
Yeah.
you the knowledge, but also giving you the practice.
I think the thing that I love about this is like as soon as you purchase your membership,
Yeah.
the first thing that you get is 3 forms to fill. There's an onboarding form, there is a personality form, which has a lot of questions. Then there's the LinkedIn activity and stage form. So right after you pay us, we make you do homework. 3 forms to
But
fill. Yeah,
we always use the excuse that it's for a purpose, right? And it actually,
exactly.
again, it is. It's not because we're mean, maybe a little, maybe, I don't know, maybe. But actually, it's because it's going to help us help you better. Once we
Yeah,
understand you, once we understand what's blocking you, and how you think and what are the actions that you're taking, the ones that you're not taking, then we just have more tools to help you take those actions to overcome the obstacles, right? So that you can actually move towards your goals and monetizing LinkedIn.
Yeah. And a reason for adding that personality test is so that we can also see who to connect you with. Because we are going to have these accountability pods where 4 to 5 people who are at a similar stage of LinkedIn growth as you, who have similar kind of business, who have similar kind of personalities, so that you can be accountable as well. And accountability is a huge problem. That's why the actual name of my CXO group was CXO Accountability Group, because I needed that accountability more than other people.
By the way, both Fahad and I are like the perfect example of accountability, right? Like we couldn't build this community on ourselves. And so we're now finding each other at midnight, recording this VSL, because otherwise alone we would never be able to make it, right? But we're on the same stage of LinkedIn. We have the same goals. We want to help people. So we naturally click, we naturally put together our strength and move forward, keeping ourselves
I also want to give the example of this video we are recording right now. We couldn't even record separate videos. We're like, we can't look at a camera and record a video. We will have conversation with each other, and that's going to be the video. And that's what's happening right now. And that's how much a support system, a peer system, accountability system is helpful for you. So once you are onboarded, then we have factored in all the other things that hold people back and why they can't do certain things. And that's how we have designed the community. So we have a lot of features for you.
Exactly. We have the live tutor workshops in which basically we give you the tools, we give you the knowledge, but then we are sitting there live in the call with you so that you apply once we're there. And then we also have the session in which you can ask us the questions after you've implemented so that we can solve your blockings, right? Or GPTs, basically to reduce the friction. For example, to write a post or to batch write the posts for the week. We want to remove those.
Giorgio, I know you are super proud of your GPTs, so you talk about them a lot. They are cool, and there's 7 of them. So yes, I agree with it. But guys, I also want to say, think about the name. Do the workshops. Like that should tell you all you need to know. That's all you need to know about this community. So it's exactly that. It's not a lecture. It's not a theory. You do the work in every live session. And also, when you are not in that live session, every action that you perform, you earn points for it. So we have gamified it for you as well. So if you send a DM that you were supposed to do, you get points for it. If you write a post, we didn't take any inspiration from any other place. No. Came up with this all by ourselves. Yeah. So we're going to have a leaderboard, we're going to have a reward system, and we're going to have a penalty system as well, because essentially you're back to school with us.
Absolutely. We are going to be the mean teachers that not only give you the work, but actually sit there with you and, make you feel uncomfortable because you need to show us live how good you are. But actually that's the mean part, the marketing part of it. But honestly, it's the best way to actually get you a blocker in your week in which you don't say, oh, I'm too lazy to do that. You need to show up. Yeah. Other people, your accountability pod is going to keep you accountable. We're going to keep you accountable. Count us in for that.
I think we claim to be against the corporate life and the corporate lifestyle lingo, corporate speak. But what we are describing now is a lot like micromanagement. I'm not going to hide from the fact that if we feel like you need to be micromanaged or given that kind of support, we will do that for you. So other than the 3 onboarding forms, we also get on an onboarding call with everyone. Okay. So like the intensity is definitely there. But once you're in, once we see you learning and growing on your own and meeting with other members, then we'll back off and let you breathe a little bit. So don't worry about that part.
And also we designed the community to have 3 tiers. So there's going to be Builder, then Builder Pro as the mid tier, and then the Boss tier. And each of these 3 tiers are basically accounting also how much intensity, how much speed do you want to have. And for example, the Builder one is going to give you the whole system, basically like 80% of what you need to still achieve the results. And then with the Builder Pro, you get a bit more speed, a bit more reviews. And then if you really want to go super fast and you're super committed, you're super intense and obsessed, just like Fahad and I, then the Boss one is the one that you want to have, because you're going to have access to both Fahad and I on a monthly basis. You're going to have one-to-one calls, our Loom reviews targeted to your specific needs. And then whatever else do we have, like 5 times a week,
essentially
24
the
hours
difference,
reviews.
Yeah, the main difference between the tiers is how much time do we have to invest in you, essentially. You don't want to hide any system. You will attend every live event. Everything will be available to you. But when you want one-on-one reviews or two-on-one reviews, or you want more of our time, then we have to charge you more. That's why we have created these tiers as well. Okay? And one other thing that I'm super proud of in this community is that we have created a barter swap system. So it's a barter economy where there's a specific space in the community where you can exchange your skills, your time, your services with other community members. No one pays the other person anything. It's just pure sharing of time. And the reason we're doing this is because we thought this is how a community is formed. This is how friendships are formed. This is how groups are made. When you give your skill to someone else and take what they can offer you. So that's also a very cool feature that I personally am very excited about.
Absolutely. And I think that the last thing that we need to mention is that we are honestly super excited for this. So we double down, triple down, I don't know if you can say that even, on value. And we are launching for the first 50 members. We're going to launch it at an early bird discounted price. After that, the prices are going to raise. But our goal was to actually stand by our words of wanting to give the highest amount of value at the lowest possible price. And we're literally going to do that. So you're now on the landing page.
I have to cut you here. Yeah, because we are actually announcing the early bird prices privately to all the people who are on the wait list. So there are 180 people, and we think 50 of those will get those early bird seats, right? So most likely, if you're now on the landing page, you have missed that boat if you were not in the waitlist form, and you will only see the actual and regular prices.
But the last thing we need to say is this community is definitely not for everyone. I think if you got a little bit of the vibe from Fahad and I, you probably understand that we're maniacs. We probably need some help, but you definitely need more help than we do. So don't come in this community if you're not ready to do the work, if you're not ready to get 2 absolutely obsessed people to chase after you if you don't do the work, if you don't want to have accountability, and if you actually are not serious about getting economic opportunities from LinkedIn. But on the other side,
I think there's no better platform to earn revenue, generate income in the way you want, with the flexibility you want, with the location independence that you want, the kind of life and career that you want to build. All of that can happen on this single platform. So it really, all that effort is really worth it, in my opinion. And of course, Giorgio thinks the same as well. And the waitlist tells us a lot of you also think the same.
Absolutely.
So if this entire long ass video did not scare you, all the threats didn't scare you, the long waitlist form didn't scare you, this very, very long landing page didn't scare you, then most likely you want to be a part of this community. Then
if
most likely you already
mental hospital institute for both of us.
So you already probably understand the value of LinkedIn. And I also want to say, I know a lot of people use LinkedIn for jobs and all. But even if you come into this community seeking jobs, we will corrupt your mind. We will tell you to stop looking for jobs. We will tell you to start looking for work, for clients. So this is why you don't see any mention of job seekers in any of our communication, because we don't want smart people to do jobs.
Guys, LinkedB2B community. If you want in, I think we gave you enough reasons to be in. If you definitely think this is not for you, then that's also our goal with this video of like 15-20 minutes. Anyways, see you on the other side. Catch you later. Bye-bye.